Trump has just lost control. And it's not just the Democrats pulling the brakes, Republicans are stepping in too. What's at stake here? A war with NATO. And in 2026, it's no longer just a rumor. This is real and it's happening. If this continues, it could completely upend everything you thought you knew about American foreign policy. Stick around, because this is where things get intense. It's one of the most shocking shifts we've seen in years. For decades, the U.S. and NATO have stood side by side, our closest allies, protecting the very foundation of global security. But now that bond is unraveling. Trump's threats against NATO have gotten so extreme that Republicans are joining Democrats to stop him. This isn't just a partisan issue. This is about the future of international alliances. But here's the question nobody's asking. Why now? Why in 2026 is NATO suddenly on the chopping block? Here's the big claim. Trump's strategy could destroy NATO. It's already happening, and the evidence is stacking up. Just last week, a bill was introduced in Congress called the Stop the Funding of the NATO Invasion Act. Yes, you heard that right. A real bill with real bipartisan support. Republican Don Bacon is leading the charge alongside Democrats, all of them working together to stop Trump's push to militarize Greenland. But here's the part nobody is saying out loud. This bill isn't just about stopping Trump. It's a direct response to the fear his actions are causing. Things are escalating quickly. This isn't just a bad idea anymore. It's a full-blown crisis in the making. Let's rewind. A few years ago, no one would have imagined a U.S. president threatening NATO, let alone dragging the world to the brink of war over Greenland. But that's exactly what we're facing. The problem? This isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a disturbing pattern, one where Trump has steadily chipped away at our alliances, and that, right there, could change the balance of power forever. NATO has been the backbone of global security since World War II. Now, its very existence is being questioned. But it doesn't stop there. The bill targeting Greenland is just one part of a much larger, more disturbing puzzle. The real kicker? Trump's own words and actions don't align. He's pushed for Greenland militarily, but behind the scenes, things have gotten even more complicated. Remember the Pentagon? They're now investigating one of their own, Senator Mark Kelly, for warning military officers about illegal orders. The bill makes it clear, if any officer follows an unlawful order to invade Greenland, it's a criminal act. This is a game changer. It sends a message loud and clear. Military overreach will not be tolerated no matter who's in charge. And then things spiral. The situation isn't just chaotic, it's stacking up at lightning speed. First, the bipartisan bill, then the Pentagon investigation, and now a new wave of lawmakers rushing to the front lines. This isn't just about one piece of legislation, it's a rapid-fire cascade of consequences. The pressure's mounting, the control is slipping, and more people are realizing that this could spiral out of control. What happens if this continues? What happens when other countries start questioning America's reliability? We're not just looking at a diplomatic crisis. This could push global alliances to the breaking point. Now let's bring this home. This isn't just a political game. It's about real people, real lives. If you're living in any NATO country right now, you're feeling the pressure. For years, NATO has kept the peace, ensured stability, and protected freedom. But with Trump's actions threatening that stability, ordinary people are starting to feel the weight of it. Imagine the families, the soldiers, the workers who depend on those alliances to maintain peace. What happens to them if NATO crumbles? This isn't just a power play in Washington. It's about the very security of millions of people. If this feels familiar, say so in the comments. Here's the unsettling truth. This isn't just Trump acting on his own. There's a larger, more insidious system at play. It's not just about military strategies or territorial ambitions. It's about leverage, power, and fear. The system that's allowing this to happen thrives on spectacle and manipulation, creating distractions while the real moves are being made behind closed doors. The question isn't whether Trump is going too far, it's how this destabilization is opening doors for others to exploit the chaos. This isn't just a breakdown of alliances, it's a breakdown of the global order. And the worst part? It's happening right under our noses. So where do we go from here? There are two paths, and both are fraught with uncertainty. On one hand, lawmakers could push back hard enough to stop Trump's military ambitions. If they manage to keep the pressure up, maybe they can keep NATO intact. On the other hand, we could see a dangerous escalation where global alliances fracture even further. As each day passes, the momentum is building and it's not slowing down. The real question is, who will take the next step? The forces are in motion, and whatever happens next could change the geopolitical landscape forever. In the end, it all comes down to one thing: NATO. The very alliance that has kept the world secure since World War II is now hanging by a thread. If this goes further, we'll look back at this moment as the tipping point where everything shifted. But here's the catch. It's not just about what happens to NATO. It's about the future of global stability. And as we stand on the edge, one thing is clear: the next move is already in the works. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, keep following for more in-depth analysis. The world is changing, and we'll be here to break it down.